Ooh, we live. What's up, y'all? It's Threeway in the morning with your host, Nye.
Live.
Hakeem Tabah.
Hey, the raw and
Hey.
unfiltered podcast discussing your most controversial topics. We got a whole lot to get into today. First, starting with our tea with Taban and Asian Doll and the City Girls drama. But after that, we're also going to be talking about would you let your kids believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? Oh, also, happy holidays to everybody. It is the first day of Kwanzaa.
Come on.
I got my little, but
Joyous Kwanzaa.
it ain't fitting on here. Happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff. Happy New Year. So we a little late like always, but we gonna hop right into it. Hakeem, hit us with the tea. What is going on with Asian Doll and Meg and the City Girls?
It's hot.
It's hot?
It's hot. It's hot.
Tea's hot.
So let's get into it. So this all started from a song called "Do It on the Tip."
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
This is one of the tracks off Meg Thee Stallion's debut album,
Okay.
supposedly. So she already started the collaboration with Meg and the City Girls, but Asian Doll revealed that she was actually supposed to be featured on that song.
Okay.
So
Wait, so that song is on Meg's album?
Yeah, it's
It
with the
is, but
City
they just
Girls.
took
Do
off
it on the
Asian Doll.
tip. Do it.
Right, and
Okay.
it is with
Do
the
it.
City Girls. Okay.
They took off Asian Doll. So after them taking off Asian Doll, she goes on live and she says, "I think I had did this before anybody had done the song." So she added before playing the verse. She said she recorded the beat. She already had a verse ready. It was done.
Okay.
Damn.
So after her Instagram live, JT tweets, "I hate sympathetic assholes."
Ooh.
And
Was that a sub tweet? A
that
sub?
was a subtweet.
That was a sub.
And then that's what Shane broke it all. Shane broke it all.
So
She started?
she went on live and basically did her verse to the song.
Asian Doll?
Yes. So was she throwing any shots towards the City Girls though? Like,
She was more upset that Meg took her off the song.
okay. So let's be for real. Business wise, Asian Doll is not going to be, who we gonna pick on a song. It's just not gonna happen. And I think because they are very close friends and things like that. She expected it, to happen. Maybe Meg didn't even know, the final cut, they was gonna take her off the cut, or whatever. But I think also as Meg being a friend, she gotta let her know, like, business is business. But if I just lost my train of thought, if y'all friends, what y'all looking at?
Sorry, my phone came off and trying to get the video back on.
It's okay. I can still see y'all though.
Keep talking. It's just sorry.
Go ahead.
I can still see y'all, so I don't.
No, but I'm over here. My mic's here.
We'll move it over a little bit. We just gotta improvise.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go. Like, I let you know. I do something. But anyway, so yeah. So let me ask y'all. So then after they were going back and forth, and obviously, Asian Doll's going through a lot with the death of her man, and JT, like, I hate sympathetic assholes. Okay, that's a shot. I don't know if Asian Doll was throwing shots towards her in the thing. Did you see that? I didn't see it until the after effect.
Yeah, I didn't see the after effect. And then that's when even Young Miami had went in and she said, "Bitch has been mad since Act Up." But then she deleted it.
Then she deleted it. Look, my mama.
But shade room quick with the screenshots.
My mama always said, if you say something, stand on it. Period. I mean, I know they celebrities and they gotta delete it sometimes, but the real question that the internet is asking is, was Meg paying both sides? Because when JT went live, okay, so JT went live and then Meg commented on it with the heart faces and things like that, and then that's what sparked the outreach or the upsetness with Asian Doll. All right, y'all, we got it back together.
We back together. Keep going. Just don't mind me.
But yeah, do you think Meg was playing both sides? Well, in y'all situation, if you had a friend or whatever, say we are mutual friends.
Right.
Oh, well, they weren't mutual friends. I'm the mutual friend. Y'all don't know each other. You know what I'm saying? Hakeem is the popping artist right now. Olivia, you my friend, but the record company, it chose him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Me and you could do a little demo or mixtape or something and drop it on Spotify later. But y'all start beefing, and then I hop on you subbing him, and I hop on your live with some hard eyes.
You're being fake.
You
And I feel
being
like
fake?
with situations like that, you have to be completely. People don't know how to be neutral. Just be like, I'm not gonna be in it. Just have y'all beef. They don't got shit to do with me. If y'all talk about her, I'm not gonna say nothing. If she talks about you, I'm not
But
gonna
like
say
at the
nothing.
same time, like, can you,
Just leave me out.
as a friend, are you supposed to just be like, are you gonna like say something if they start talking shit while you're in the room?
Oh no, like I'll leave.
Well,
Like, I'll
she
leave.
commented
Like,
on the actual post. I
right,
think,
she went out her way to go comment.
yeah, and just like Asian doll obviously is very upset, and I will be too. I
And
was
she
there
like
for
that's really
you.
her friend.
You know what
so.
I'm saying? When you
Yeah, I
got
mean,
shot,
she
and
clearly is not as popping yet, so like, of course
it
she's
was a
gonna be
business
hurt.
move, right?
Yeah,
It
she's
was.
gonna be hurt.
I
But
wish she would have just told her that like maybe it was her label. She could have been like, "Yo, it wasn't even me. It was the label. It was just like we gonna have to take you off."
what if it was her?
It maybe was.
That's what
I
it is.
mean, I mean, maybe it was her, but I think we have to. Where do you draw the line between business and personal relationships?
Right.
Mhm. It gets sticky.
They get sticky because everybody want to discount everybody. Oh, you know how many people we want to be
Everybody
on the
wants to
show.
discount.
We want to be on the show and this, that, and the third, and certain things like that. But business is business. Money talk, bullshit walk.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that when it comes to things like that, though, friends should know. If you my friend, I'm already gonna put you on
Right.
anyways.
But I gotta
Period.
make good business decisions.
Right, but it may not be. I may not put you on that song.
Hold up, it gets even more messy. How
Okay.
about she brought up weird ass couple, JT and Uzi.
Okay, first of all, and
That's
then
so weird.
Wait,
So
they date?
yes, I
they-
guess so.
that was so-
Carisha
I
said.
guess so.
Carisha said that that's Young Miami. I like her real name, Carisha Naisha. It's close.
I do like.
I like
Carisha,
Carisha. But Young Miami said that Uzi quote be in JT pussy like a tampon.
I just don't see them talking to each other. It's so weird.
I mean,
But you know what? Opposites do attract, I guess.
I guess so too.
I know Uzi like a little weird,
Yeah.
whatever guy, and
She's too hood.
JT don't see. She's just all about the money neighbors.
So, how in this situation, before we wrap this up, what would Megan's loyalty like? Where do her loyalty lie? I feel like Asian is right to feel how she feel. I think that she
Definitely.
got to get out her feelings about the song part, but I definitely believe that she can feel some type of way about Megan having no say nothing at all. But she's saying like you ain't even check the bitches. You ain't even say nothing, bitch. I'm your friend. I'm the one that be with you. I'm the one that was shooting with you in the gym. You just got popular. Don't get it twisted. We have to remember when Meg first came out, she was new, she young, you know what I'm saying? She was befriending everybody in the music business. And I see a lot of people like, oh, well, Meg is the problem and she's falling out with a lot of people. I don't know if she's a problem. I think that she jumped in fame. She became friends with
You can be friends
everybody.
with everybody too. Be
Yeah.
beefing, and it gets sticky.
It get messy, and now she's in the middle of the situation. I mean, hopefully they,
I think
rekindle
Meg
it.
had good intentions, like with her friendships and whatever, and it's just people that are famous and celebrities and rich are just snaky little assholes, and you just can't be friends with everybody.
And you can't
And
fuck
she
'em.
clearly learned
Yep.
that with Tory Lanez.
Okay, you cannot shit where you eat.
But like you have to find that out yourself, and
Yeah.
you probably when you first get in the thing, you're like, I want to be friends with everybody. I have no problems with anybody.
Right, like
and then
everybody.
they start drama, and then now I don't like you.
Hold on, we
bitch.
forgot the most important part.
What?
You know who willed his ass in the
Oh,
business?
Oh my
Rolling
God.
Ray.
Let me put you on to
Rolling
this guy.
Ray. What he say?
So what? So Young Miami basically said "per." You know that's his stample
He be like, "Prr,
because he can't speak English at all.
You remember when they was on the court show? He was on the court show. I think he sued an
It's Miss
ex-lover.
Toller.
Or something. Lies and deceits, Your Honor.
So
Lies
Brittany
and
says, I think she played her verse because she liked her verse and she still wanted people to hear it.
That's true.
I mean, she could do that,
I
right?
do think Megan should have publicly addressed the situation on Asia's behalf.
That's
sure.
true. She could have just made a post and been like,
She made us
listen.
Aquarians. Yo, what?
Aquarius,
So
hey,
bad.
it's Aquarius season right around the motherfucking corner, period. But
Period, poop.
shout out to Brittany. She already know. I just think it was a business decision at the end of the day. We sorry, Asia. She going through a lot. I think that social media is a first outlet for people. Look at Iggy. I want to hug Iggy. I really want to be her friend.
She really hurt.
Iggy
I,
Azalea?
yes,
She really
her
hurt for
baby
her son, though.
daddy, Playboy Cardi, he dogging her. She said they was just fucking fight. She been on social media since Christmas. Started Christmas early with the bullshit. But she's sick and tired. But I get like celebrities, they run to the internet. The internet hate Iggy anyways, just because.
Yeah.
I don't hate her. I just want more for her.
Oh,
I want her
hate,
to win.
I hate her music. I'm sorry.
Just the music. For
Why?
me, yeah.
I
It's not
appreciate-
fun.
Iggy ill. I
I appreciate you doing your shit, bitch, but
After first things first.
I don't like it. But that's fine. I'm not gonna be like she shouldn't have music.
I'm So Fancy was a hit though. Y'all
After
not
first
gonna do
things
it.
first, I'm the realist.
Hey.
Tapped out. I liked that though.
I
Yeah.
like No Mediocre with T.I. too. I mean, she was a little better when she was with T.I. But what I'm saying is, these celebrities, they just like regular Facebook ghetto people that we see that run to Facebook, tell all they motherfucking business, even though we ain't asked or whatever. But I just think that, they are in a sense of hurt right now, and they're using social media as an outlet, unfortunately.
That's all
But-
celebrities do.
I know. But, when you famous, you have to take a lot of,
Slack.
other people slack coming in. But I don't know. What y'all feel about Megan? I want sis. That's my good sis too.
I do like Megan. I feel like she does have to address some things.
Yeah, I think so
Just
too.
feel like it wasn't even personal.
Yeah, she should have just made a post and been like, I'm down to do another song with Asian Doll. It was just
it's
a business
not about
Yeah.
the song. I think it went further when she got hopped on the live.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, why are you going on the live hearting? We in the middle.
She
of
could have
Lisa right
said, she probably didn't even know what the fuck was going on. It just, hey, agree. You know what I'm saying?
now. But
Hey,
the Asian doll
still.
tweeted like you acting like it's.
But I'm your
business and she's acting
friend.
dumb.
Yeah, I'll be with you. You're loyal. I don't know. So
Mhm.
Meg, iron it out with your peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, and then this is the thing that killed me. They was talking like we about to meet up to fight. Y'all bitches is famous. I swear to God, when I get past a certain tax bracket, I'm not fighting no bitches.
Ain't my
I
face
know.
ain't taking no
I'm not taking no
hit.
plane to come
This my money.
meet you up and fight you over some words because you feel some type of way.
About some business shit. You're
I'll
not gonna be on every song. You're not gonna be featured on every song with
Yeah,
every
because
friend.
they could get like that. When it's up there, it's stuck there. We know y'all ghetto. We know y'all probably know how to fight. I don't know. I want to see it.
I guess she felt like that could have been her big break because Meg's a big artist and that feature could
But
have really helped her
she
it
career.
could have.
But just because it's not,
But I
it
don't
didn't
know.
happen then, doesn't mean it can't happen again. Like
I wish
soon
you
on
would have just
another-
said something. Meg should have just been like, you know what? This is what happened. Asian doll, I'm gonna call you. It shouldn't have been public anyway.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
she
it
didn't
should've
want
been
it
all
to
over the
be
phone.
out there.
they do it.
It should have been over the phone.
Wait, I have a question.
Okay.
Tory Lanez was talking some shit.
I don't think that's real. You talking
Oh,
about the
that
man
wasn't
shit?
real.
That wasn't real.
Okay.
You know
Well,
that wasn't real.
but-
I just wanted to make sure
That
because
wouldn't make sense for him though, because that would be like, well, that means you're.
Try to call Megan a
you
man.
shared that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said, well,
No,
that means
I don't think
that.
it's real. You know how many times after a nigga fuck and they be mad or they be in their feelings? Oh, that bitch, that's why you big. That's why you like a man. That's why you, yeah. And my pussy was still good when you was in it.
Yeah, and you
So
was moaning and
you
groaning.
know, but he did say, she was on the gram doing that little rocking thing, talking about something she couldn't even take no dick. Like, sir, you salty.
Poor little Ting Ting.
Poor
Poor
little
little
ting.
ting.
Poor little ting.
Little Ting.
Well, all right, that's all the tea we got for today.
That's it.
That's
That's the
it.
tea.
That's
The
it.
cup is overflowed.
So we gotta put in our we got a new little segment, right? We're gonna call this 3 ways, 3 cents, because we gotta put our 3 cents and stuff.
Yes.
Let's see. Lachey said it was a business situation. She had to make friends. It's not what you know, it's who you know. But you don't shit on your friend. That's where she fucked up.
I know
I
that's
agree.
right. Yep.
I agree. That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. It felt like you chose. And if you choosing Meg, you gotta pick a side and stay there. Sometimes you can't be neutral in this situation. In this situation, I feel like she was thrown up in there. But like I said, money talk, bullshit walk. As Asian has to understand that, but I think it crossed the line with the live. She was already salty about the song. You know what I'm saying? Because then Meg was like, well, I'm confused at how all this started. You did your verse and online, and that's that. Like, you ain't even showed the bitch out nothing. Like, oh yeah, look at my bitch verse that didn't get on my
Come on
song.
It's messy.
Okay,
It's messy.
it's very messy. I don't know. The rap music game right now crazy. But if they meeting up to fight, y'all be careful. Y'all see what the fuck just happened to King Von and shit. Y'all
a
rich
whole
bitches and
pandemic.
y'all pretty and
They got ass home.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say people don't go to
I'm not
fights
fighting
with just their hands. So
because
I hope no one dies.
you know what?
That's
They
stupid.
ghetto, so they probably gonna do all types of shit. But you know, I'm not fighting over because a bitch mad.
Because
JT, if she mad, she mad.
of one song on one album. You know how many albums she gonna have? You know how many
Yeah.
songs she's gonna release?
What I am gonna say though is Roland Ray, he need to stop. One thing people don't play about is people kids, and he always talk about calling CPS. Look, handicap
She gonna
or
have
not,
to stop playing.
you
I think
gotta
that's why
stop.
Young Miami
Yeah.
retweeted him, and she was
Not.
like, "I will really roll your ass,
Like really push
out
your
the
ass
shit."
the fuck down. Like stop mentioning people kids all the time, bitch. If you don't like me, you ain't gotta
But
like me.
He don't like. It's not that he don't like them. I think he don't like their friend.
I don't
What's the
give a
name?
fuck.
Santana.
I
That's
don't
the
give
one.
a
Oh yeah,
fuck.
and
Because he was like, I got a body bag for Santana. I was like,
Boy.
I gotta let that shit go.
Oh.
He got
They
on my
whole beef is
nerves.
funny.
So
Oh, shout out to Will. He said, "Do y'all motherfucking thing."
I didn't even see the
Come on,
comments.
Will. Come on.
Come on, Will.
Hey friend.
Shout out to all of our viewers right now. Thank you. For
Make
Shout out
sure
to them.
y'all
Y'all loyal
like,
as hell.
please like the video, share the video, subscribe to our YouTube page. We got all of the edited content on there.
And our
you know
Facebook
what I'm
page.
saying?
You'll know when we go live.
We got some good guests coming on after the new year.
Listen, we got some very
some
special
very
guests.
good guests,
Ooh,
y'all. So
it's a
make
surprise.
sure y'all like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. All right, Liv, take us to our 3 cents.
All right. So main topics for
Feel like
today.
her.
I'll start with number one
Mhm.
of Threeway's 3 cents. We're talking about Santa Claus and
Ho,
children.
ho, ho.
And a Merry Christmas to you.
Okay, Merry Christmas. No.
So basically, you know, do you let your child believe in Santa Claus?
Well, first let's start with
Hakeem's
religious.
making a face already.
Well, first of all, none of us here got kids.
I legit don't
No,
know.
we don't.
We don't. But and this is for viewers that have kids, and everybody else. Please chime in. Do I think I'm gonna let my kids believe in Santa? Yes, because the U.S. has made it into a secular holiday. I will not push it as a Christian holiday. I'm not pushing no Christian holidays.
I mean, it's not literally when Jesus was born. That's the funny thing. He was born in like June or something.
I thought it was August.
It's something.
I don't read the Bible often, but when I do,
it's sometime in the summer and
but,
yeah.
But you know,
Christmas is
summertime in Jerusalem could be winter over here, so you never.
I guess maybe
you never know.
But I mean, I don't care. Christmas to me has never been religious. That's just because I don't come from a super. Look at Terrell. Cashew believes in Santa.
Cashew about to get put out, so we'll talk about that later. Because he peed on my floor and made me late this morning.
Oh no, Cashew. But so it's never been a religious thing to me. It's always just been a giving and receiving of gifts, being thankful for what you have, and like eating with family and friends, and that's just partying. We drink a lot, so
yeah.
I guess you could do it like my parents. They just never really brought it up.
Really, you never celebrated Christmas?
No, like Santa. I guess you didn't bring it up, and I never asked about it. So I just assumed it was.
So you didn't know Santa was like a thing?
I didn't know it was a thing.
Wow,
I
that's
told
crazy.
other kids, I'm like, oh.
I think in the far future when I have children, like when they're young, I'm down with it. But I can appreciate, you guys see that meme going around where it's like, you know, don't write that from Santa when you give your child like an iPad or a laptop or an iPhone or something, because then other kids who are less fortunate see that and they're like, what the fuck, Santa gave me socks.
At the end of the day, when you teaching your child or your family members, or even, you know, my nieces and nephews I talk to, it's not about the monetary things or whatever. You teach us about, you know, love and giving and shit like that. So if it is from Santa, it's just from Santa.
But you know kids are gonna be a little butthurt. Kids who are like, not even like they have, like you have a phone already and you want a new one, like kids who don't have anything and then they see this other kid come in and like, Santa got me an
that comes
iPhone.
from parenting though. That goes beyond fucking Christmas, because if you teach your child, you know, year round, there's going to be a lot of kids that got different shoes that you don't have, or different clothes that you don't have, or a phone. I didn't get a phone till I was 16. My mom deliberately okay, all my friends that already been 12 years old had slow flip phones or whatever. I had to go buy my own little track phone just to have a little phone. Then got it took, and then she never gave it back, so I paid for all the minutes.
Oh, this is in the long time.
Yeah, long time ago. Back, you know,
time ago.
back when you could buy the track phones for $50.
I mean, I got my first phone in 7th grade because I started doing sports in high school, and sometimes practices got canceled and games moved and whatever. But it was like a flip phone. I'm not getting my kid an iPhone until far like at least like ninth grade or something, you can have a flip phone. You want a
And
flip
we got a
phone?
comment. She said it's hard to let my kid believe in Santa Claus when I'm a 24/7 mom. My baby was with me when I got her gifts.
Okay, true,
Yeah.
true, and it's like that. But also, now that I'm older and I'm more into my spiritual side, you know what I'm
Gotta show the
saying?
dashiki.
You
Wakanda.
know what kind of forever. I mean, I did celebrate Kwanzaa as a kid because I went to like a Pan African like church. I didn't understand it back then. But it's also what you teach your kids. If you teach a lot of people and parents, I'm gonna say this, y'all spoil y'all kids with too much materialistic things, and
Mhm.
that's what they looking for. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, like you see memes all the time, they don't fucking want that Gucci shirt. They want a fucking light up shoes. Or you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So
I don't know. These new age kids be literally asking for Chanel
that's
shit.
true, but it's because it's
I want a
iPads
Chanel
and
purse,
stuff.
mom.
Don't buy me no
Bitch.
tablet, and I wanted an iPad. Like we're not even gonna do that.
See, I don't want this VTech kids.
Yeah, but you have to teach that. But it's just like the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. I found out the Tooth Fairy wasn't real because I woke up and my tooth was still there. So
Your mom's like,
I
oh
was like,
shit.
Dad.
Ooh.
He like, oh,
Ooh,
I am the Tooth Fairy. Oh damn, but I was older too. I was like probably like
My
10.
mom, I'll give it to my parent. Like, so I found out Santa wasn't real pretty early. My brother just found his gifts and was like, look, come over here and look. And like he showed them to me and it said from Santa and he was like, how the hell are they here like a week early? And then that was the end of that really.
'Cause it's
Okay, so
mad
y'all figured
people.
that out. Figured it?
Yeah, we were like, oh. But the Tooth Fairy was a little longer for me. My mom used to write teeny tiny little notes from the tooth. She would write teeny tiny little letters.
Oh, that's cute to make it
and
look like it was a
yeah,
little
she would
fairy.
leave me a little note under the pillow with my dollar. And so that went on for a little longer, but I know my mom's handwriting. And I was like, Mom, this looks like your handwriting.
Come on, Yaya.
So
She said, honestly, I did when he was younger, maybe up until
yeah.
he was like 4 with me. It was more about being honest with my kid, not to
Mhm.
lie.
That's true.
I mean,
We
it's
start to
hard.
learn. We start to learn anyways. You go to school, be like kids be like Santa not real, and you be like, yeah, he
You're like,
is.
what? What do you mean?
Yes,
One
he
year
is
he told
real.
me it wasn't real, lol. So I'm like, okay.
All right, fuck it.
Still
You
appreciate
right.
the fairy tale part.
So what age? These may be like two separate topics, but I kind of like join them together in my
Mhm.
head. Like, at what age do you tell your child the truth? Because there's some kids that could really take it with them. I
Mhm.
think of this as like breastfeeding. Because I think some people breastfeed their children too fucking long too. They're not the same thing, but it's kind of like, at what age do you cut a child off? And that gets into our next
I feel like
conversation.
I feel like
Mm.
I feel like it's not an age. It just depends on the kid. Like Yaya said, if he was 4 and he's like it's not real and he's adamant on it, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
but
like
if you
push it
about
and be like
10,
it is
11,
real.
you about 10, 11 years old. So talking
You
about
probably
Santa,
shouldn't. Yeah.
we gonna. But I mean,
Some kids have a really big imagination, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
I do think that some people don't like telling their kids like it's from Santa or things like that,
Mhm.
to let them know like I'm doing this for you, like I did it or whatever.
I honestly think parents should though. Like I think the big things, the expensive things, should be from mom and dad or
Yeah.
whoever. Because like I said, going back to like less fortunate families, people are like some kid, and it's not like I get like the parent you got to teach your children whatever, but when they go to school and they're around their friends, they're like, look what Santa got me,
Yeah.
and that other kid is gonna be like, what the fuck, Santa got me some fucking slippers.
Well, it's not about what Santa doing in your household. It's what Santa doing in my household, and I would hope in your household that your parents will let you know whether Santa bought you a sock or Santa bought you a phone. Kids are not gonna differentiate that too, because I'm sure when we was all little, our parents was like, "Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful," and I'm like, But
But
now
I
that
think
I'm
it's a little easier for them to
older,
accept when it's not.
you think so? Sometimes
Like if it's from mom, like if it's like, yeah, my mom got me this phone, and then you're like, oh, my mom don't have it like that, and it's kind of like, okay, but Santa is supposed to be like impartial.
yeah, but maybe you was bad. Santa didn't forget. Remember when you did that bullshit and you told the teacher, "I don't care, call my mom." Maybe you
It
know
was
what I'm
me.
saying.
Poor
So
Tank.
I don't know. I'm gonna let when I have kids the holidays. It's hard to say I'm not gonna do it. I don't really celebrate Christmas right now or whatever, but with kids, I guess I would do it.
I will while they're young, and then once it
Yeah,
gets
and
to
then
I don't want another kid to be the reason that my kid finds. Like, I don't want them to be like, "Nah, it's fake. You're stupid for believing in it," and then they're crying and they're like, "You told me it was real."
I know.
Like,
Then I got to deal with that. Like,
right.
oh my God.
I want to be the one to be like, yeah, Santa.
They usually figure it out though.
Yeah,
on their own.
exactly.
They're like, oh, it's not okay. But
They're
I
like,
appreciate why
wait a
you did
minute.
it.
This is the wrapping paper I saw you with.
This is.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
All right.
Put
ma'am,
it together.
sir.
All right. I'm back. My phone did something stupid. I'm backstage.
Oh, she back. Oh, there she goes. She back. All right.
But yeah, so that kind of ties into the next one. Like, what age do you cut a child? Is it a child or
No. So here we go. Do parents owe their adult children anything? And by adult, I think we mean 18 and up.
I'll let y'all
I
go
say
on
about
this.
16.
I'll let y'all go on them.
16 and a half.
16.
16. It depends what you're doing as a
That's a
16-year-old.
baby.
Nah, these 16-year-olds is fucking grown.
Listen,
Oh,
At
that's a
16,
baby.
I'll
I
take care of
guess-
myself.
But are they really? They think they are, and they act like
it
they are,
dep-
but
it
we know
dep-
they're not.
It depends. It depends.
Mm.
Like, for example, like my mom made me get a bank account when I was 16. She made me do certain things, and she made me put a certain amount up from a paycheck. So it's like that people could say like, oh, parents say they make their kids 18, they still kids. It depends. I don't know. I'm
It's
speaking for myself. I wasn't 18 as no kid.
Mm-hmm.
I've been taking care of myself about 15.
I had a job since I was 15, and
You
I had
know?
a car and shit. But I didn't think I was a kid in senior year, and you look back and you're like, wow.
So you say you had a car. You did have a car.
Mhm.
You had a car early. Now
Mhm.
listen. Now back then, my mom forced me. You were gonna get your license and permit, but you ain't buying me no car. So I felt like I was obligated. Everybody around me in school was obligated. My best friend had a car. My mom would get so mad because I had a permit, but I'll pull up to the house. 16. You don't need this. Well, you're not gonna take me to work,
Right.
So this is how I'm getting there. But I
Mhm.
felt back then like my parents was obligated to buy me a car, or even college. Y'all want me to go to school. Y'all want me to succeed. Y'all want me to do better. You know what I'm saying? But you're not even signing me a loan to help me to go to college.
I think you should as a parent.
And I feel like I get what you're saying, and this is big in the Black community. I feel like you supporting a family that won't even support you.
You want me to do better, but you're not helping me.
It doesn't make your
And
actions.
and you have to remember, it's that children, like, that's your first time going through it. Trying to buy a car like when you're 18 alone.
My parents never co-signed a car for me.
Right. I mean, technically, thank God I didn't need a co-signer for my lease. But do I think like they shouldn't? I don't think they should. I mean, if you don't think your child is financially like responsible, you're not about to fuck up my credit.
I understand that now. I was mad at my mother back then. You know what I'm saying? But credit is a big thing.
But that's my point. Is like, do 18-year-olds deserve to do that shit alone when they don't even grasp the concept of credit and buying something and what it affects?
My thing is context. I feel like there's different 18-year-olds. There's 18-year-olds that are in your house, but they're going to school. They're doing what they got to do.
Maybe they help around the house.
I feel like you should support them all the way up because it's going to come back to you.
Especially if I got to take care of you when I'm old, but it's 18-year-olds that's still on their ass.
But versus the 18-year-olds who don't want to do shit with their life. We're to the point where you're living off your parents, not with them. And you're a burden.
I think once you turn 18 and you living in the house, pay rent. Pay rent. Pay it.
How much rent?
Pay it. Not obviously not a half or whatever the case may be, but if I was a parent,
what do you do with that money?
Oh, we got a comment. Let me see what
Terrell
said. Okay, I don't feel like a parent is obligated to do anything for their adult children. However, the reason why we still struggling now is because our mamas put the RG. Come on, somebody, put the RG&E in our name. And I can't see the comment no more.
And
pay part of the rent.
Pay part of the rent.
Okay, I agree. Now, if you put the RG&E in my name when I was 8 years old, and RG&E is a motherfucker because you will go up there and you be like, wait, 2004, nigga, I was 10.
You're like,
they be like, it ain't nothing we could do. You could sue your mama, but you still got to pay this to get your lights on.
Ooh,
on some shit. Now you owe me as an adult because you fucking up my shit for me to even progress.
So the parent put it in your name to help you, but then they didn't pay it?
Yes.
Oh my.
Well, I'm not saying me for sure. My mama paid it.
Well,
Thanks, Michelle.
Well, it depends.
I mean, in general,
but it happens.
The lights was on.
The lights was and that. But my thing is,
Ugh.
That's it's like, what can they do? This is a sticky situation because a lot of people is like, well, what if that's the only thing? I get that, but if that's your responsibility to pay it to zero. My mama had the RG&E in my name. My mom, sorry for telling our business, but she
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 love you, Michelle.
she paid it. It was zero. I didn't have that problem, but a
Mhm.
cousin of mine, a friend of mine, it happens so commonly. You go to Spectrum, which used to be what, Time Warner. You got
Yeah.
$1,000 cable
When you were
bill.
5.
That is fucked. If you can't pay the bill, don't put it in your child's name. If you're
Mhm.
not, if it's not like on auto pay, and you're like, I'm gonna keep a minimum of $500 in this account so that it never, like, whatever. Don't put it in your child's name. If you're like, ooh, I don't know if I can pay it every month.
I'm,
Why would you do that?
And
I'm a,
my girl Yaya says it depends. You don't necessarily owe them, but as their support system, if they need you, I would assume you'd be there.
Yeah.
people gotta is a different from need and a want, and I think
Mhm.
as adults, people have to um learn how to separate the two because people feel like they kid like when they want to go hang out that they parents have to babysit kids. I don't gotta babysit none of them motherfuckers if they ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? If I choose to, or I got the time, or
But you don't think you would want to?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't.
Oh.
I'm not saying, but there's people that really be on Facebook, be upset. Oh, these grandparents don't nobody want to babysit because you want to go.
I mean, that's true. I don't think you should be mad if a grandparent doesn't want to babysit, because I mean, that depends though. If they never babysit and I ask you once in a blue moon to babysit and you got to throw a tantrum, you don't really love my child.
that don't.
Like,
I
you
don't have to
love.
not love your child, not to babysit. What if I
Um,
got things going on in my life? It's the sense of entitlement. It's
I don't know.
entitlement.
I guess people feel like, and I know some parents, and I do this with even some friends or nephews and nieces, trying to teach them independence.
Yeah,
I feel like some people are very codependent on others. Like,
they
oh, I
are.
can always fall back on this person
Yeah.
if I
Mhm.
fuck up. But they want you to be like, no, try to get it done yourself. But I don't know. It's touchy.
I mean, if an adult child with a child is asking the grandparent to babysit all the time, I think that's like an overstep. I think then you can be like, no, I can't today. Like,
Yeah.
set some boundaries for sure, healthy boundaries. But
Ooh, we got
Oh,
some comments
the,
up in here.
the deacon has came in.
All right,
He
go
said,
ahead.
what you guys are discussing is not only financial differences, but ethnic
Come
differences.
on, yeah,
Most parents can barely support their own household, especially in the cities, suburban on average, may
yeah.
have it a little better. Plus, you can't reach what
teach.
teach what you never learned. Most parents didn't learn how to
That's
establish
true.
credit. That's
Yeah,
true. At a
Mm.
young age. In the inner cities years ago, they were too busy living week to week.
yeah.
When you get older, things may have gotten better, but if they still have not had the training,
I
it's true.
and I think that's true, and it does because I ain't gonna front. You see, like a lot of Caucasian people, they set their kids up from the
Mhm.
beginning with trust. The
Yeah.
trust funds. So you know what? You know what a lot of white
Daddy's
people
you
do.
get daddy's credit
I'm going to
card.
co-sign.
Mm.
This is what I learned. I'm gonna co-sign my child real early at 18 years old to my credit card that I use. They
Mm.
don't even touch it, but I'm helping their credit
Yeah.
get up and stuff like that. And I agree. I think that they should start teaching us about mortgage and credit and all that in
Mhm.
high school. You know what I'm saying? We
Mhm.
taking what career and economics and shit like that. We need to learn in the real world. But what I was saying about making my child pay rent, they gonna think they paying me rent. Give me $100 every time you get paid. Give me $50
Whole
every
time
time
you
you
get a
get
bag.
paid. I'm gonna save that, put it to the side. But at the end of the day, it's teaching you some type of responsibility when you gotta go out in the real world and pay rent. There's a lot of motherfuckers. I know
Mhm.
people that's grown when they 40s that stay with their parents. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Don't make that face. It's the truth.
No, I
And
know you're telling the truth.
it's
That's
the
why I just
truth.
said.
And it's like, that's to each their own. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for only children sometimes too, because they get coddled a lot. But
Mhm.
it's up to parents to teach their child that responsibility, because then you get these kids that go out and get lead. I ain't even gonna talk about the lead checks, and they spent and they gone.
I mean, so I definitely agree with that. I don't think adult parents owe their children anything, but I think if you really care about your child and you want them to be successful and
And
you
do
don't want to
better.
just suck them into the struggle that you had,
Mhm.
and like, I had it bad, so now you got to have it bad. I don't
Mhm.
like that mentality.
Right.
And it's definitely a poor people
I don't
versus
think
wealthy
it's
people thing.
I don't think it's intentionally I had it bad, so you have to have it bad. Is I had it bad, I didn't know no better, and I unfortunately, recycled that cycle down to you, and now you got to start fucked up because I got bills in your
Mhm.
name, but that was the only way that I could provide.
But here's
Right.
my thing. I feel like if you know how black parents will, once you 18, all right, you're on your own.
Mm.
If you keep using that system repeatedly with multiple children and
Mm-hmm.
it's not working, To do something repeatedly and expect a different result is psychotic.
Yeah.
Let's
Is
start that
the
first.
definition of insanity.
So maybe you should switch it up. Maybe I shouldn't do it this way because it's not working for my other children.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't you want better for your children? Isn't
But
that like
as long-
everyone's goal?
It is. It
Yeah.
should be. I feel like as long as my child is being productive,
Yeah.
they're going to school, they're going to work, I'm going to support them as much as I can.
Yeah, me and my mom had an agreement. As long as it was different because I was still working. We was like roommates, honestly. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
But, it was like as long as I was in school, I didn't have to pay rent. I paid everything else for myself. I paid her, phone bill, little things like that. But food, everything else. But that was the thing. You know what? I will sacrifice and I will let you as a grown, person sit here and stay here. Unless you're in school. And now once I decided I didn't want to go to school no more or something like that, then I have to either pay rent. And I always thought, well, if I gotta pay rent in my mama household, I'm gonna go pay rent somewhere else where I can do what the fuck I want to do when I want to do it.
So me and Frank had this discussion before you guys got here.
Uh-huh.
About about I was telling him the topics and shit. But I said, like, is it? I personally, unless my child is a little shit, I'm not gonna charge them rent or whatever. Like you said, if
Not
you're
a
like
little shit.
productive, you're going to school, if you help around the house like a little bit, like not like crazy,
what's the difference charging them a little something to show them responsibility, yet you're giving them as children what is it called, allowance?
No, I don't mind doing that. Like, let's say I know some parents will do I need you to give me like 100 a month.
Yeah.
But they really save you that 100 every month.
That's what Frank is
that's what I'm saying. That's what black people don't do it.
And I was matching
exactly. Well, I mean, I'm not saying exactly the black people part, but people that accept that money, if you're not putting it away or like gonna give them half of it back or something, if you're just taking it and like, you shouldn't be. Frank said you're just poor. Because you shouldn't be leaning. You shouldn't be like leaning on your kids.
But some people don't have a choice. There's times
that's different.
I'm
and
so
you should
glad
have
you
a
brought
discussion.
that up because that's why the cutoff age is always 18.
Yeah.
With welfare, that's the cutoff. They can no longer benefit from that child, so they want you out. So
that's
it's like them choosing the system over you. That's where it gets sick.
Like, do you actually care about your child being
or were they
successful?
really just a check or another 200 on your food stamps? It gets sick.
That's what Frank said. Like, if it's really like I need help, I can't pay for my whatever. Yeah. That's a discussion you have with your child. Yeah. But if it's just like, oh, now you 18, no, you not. Now you gotta pay.
No, I was about to say some children automatically. I just knew early, like, you know what, my mama doing this, she doing that. Let me go get my own job and do my own thing. Because she ain't buying me the shit I want. I want some fresh, certain things. And my parents are a little older. It ain't really materialistic or whatever the case may be. You good. And also, I know she got her own things going on. So let me be a less burden off my mama. Right. You know what I'm saying? And let me do my own things. She ain't have to worry about my mama. Not ninth grade year, she ain't about to worry about buying clothes, getting no hair done, none of that.
So
nothing.
I in high school got a $10 weekly allowance, but I bought lunch.
$10 ain't nothing.
Exactly, and I bought lunch at school, and I didn't get help, so it was $1.
Privileged.
It was $1.10
because you had to pay lunch.
It was $1.10 every time. It wasn't no 25 cents. So, more than half of that went to my school lunch. So it wasn't really, it was that, and then snacks. Oh yeah. So it wasn't like an allowance where I'm like, oh, I can buy a new pair of jeans.
Your children are never supposed to be a burden.
Period. But sometimes people, I don't understand why.
I just feel like in most cases, you know your intention. Are you doing it to choose a system over them? You know.
Some people have kids that stay with their baby daddy, and then they got a whole bunch, and then it's like, I'm gonna juggle all the baby kids.
So there was a number this whole time.
But that's what I'm saying. If you need help, if you're actually struggling, like you cry about not being able to pay your bills at night and shit, your child will see that, and if they're a good child, they'll want to help or at least ease your burden or something. Yeah, but like I don't think unless you're literally in that position where you're struggling, and it shouldn't be like you shouldn't be like, well, you gotta help me because you live in this house and I pay the whatever. It should be like, I'm really struggling, and I'm sorry to have to ask you as my child for help, but I need help.
And then it comes to responsibility. Stop having children without being financially stable.
That's what Frank said. He said, "You're just poor. You're just poor." Then
that's the lesson of the day. Stop having fucking kids if y'all can't afford them. It's just.
You clearly can't do it, mommy.
The
first two.
That's why I ain't got kids, because me and little baby will be struggling right now. Okay.
Exactly. Me as well. I can't even think about paying for another thing's clothes that they grow out of every 3 months and another thing's food that they fucking eat like little gremlins.
Yeah.
Like I can't
That's
even.
why I need some food stamps because I'm coming handy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kids eat, you know what I'm saying? We don't have kids yet, and those that have children, can speak on it. But it's just that you see a lot of struggling, and you see people comfortable on welfare and things like that, and comfortable putting things in, your kids' name. We're not even gonna talk about the tax fraud. Unemployment fraud right now is different, but the tax, you know what I'm saying? You can't claim all your kids, and you got somebody else claiming them, and this, that, and the third. Just work.
Ooh, all the arguments when I see when tax season comes around and you see all these baby moms, baby dads talking on Facebook about, oh, my baby mom won't let me claim the whatever.
If you're not taking care of your kid all year round, you're not claiming them bitches. Right. Period. I'd rather let my sister or my mama or somebody, if I had 4, you can only claim 3? If I have 4 or 5 kids and baby dad want to come over now all of a sudden, and no. And you're not flipping my taxes. Yeah. Season, you're not flipping my taxes neither.
Oh, we got a question.
All right.
This is nephew.
All right.
Hey, nephew.
What about the parents who hasn't been the best parent to you, but they provided for you and now they always at you for money? How would you handle that situation?
What do you mean by providing? Because one thing I noticed in the ethnic,
like, did they get a bare minimum, like give you a
because parents think that because you have a roof over your head and you were provided from shelter. Yes, thank you. I think that's what you're supposed to do when you have children.
Yes,
but there's a lot of parents that have not been there mentally. You know what I'm saying? Or emotionally. That's what I meant. Yeah. So it takes away from the black parent. Well, like I could have been a crackhead on the street. You couldn't have. It takes more than also just having a roof over your head, because that's what you were supposed to do. I didn't ask to be here.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. And this is gonna sound crazy, but you actually don't get rewarded for things you were already supposed to do. Right. I know.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying you're not ungrateful, but it's like, what was I supposed to do as a 9-year-old? Am I supposed to get an apartment by myself?
Well, excuse me.
Right.
And you gotta live here anyways. I'm your kid. Exactly. How you gonna? Let me see what Terrell said. As soon as I got a job paying over $10, I had to pay a third of the rent, along with the utilities and my own personal bills. Oh. I was forced to drop out of school to work more. Did my mama stop me? Nope.
But that don't make sense, because if I don't want to talk about your mom.
but parents have reasons. One thing I do learn though is that if your mama didn't do that, it wouldn't have taught you the type of responsibility that you have. Okay, Anthony says, I do want to add the best time to start training your kids with credit cards would be 10 to 12. If you wait till 18, it's too late, because they feel like they're grown and no one could tell them how to spend. Yes. But at 10 or 12, they can learn from their mistakes, and you could watch them a lot easier. Teach them how to save. Yes. Really teach them how to get in their piggy banks and not busting it open every time.
I mean, my parents made me a bank account. I probably when I was like 2.
Black people not doing that.
But there wasn't like mad money in it. Like, it wasn't like crazy. But like but then at a certain age, I was able to be like, hey, I got this like money for my birthday. I want to put it in there to like save it. I didn't usually do that, but I saved it. I saved it in my wallet.
That money, like when I was a certain age young, that birthday money, you ain't never gonna see it again.
I mean, I saved my money to buy my own video games and shit. I've always been that kind of. I've always been that way, because my parents didn't buy all the games for me. They didn't. They would say like, "Oh, well, you have money. You can do some chores." You can.
But it would be like, say if I got a little $10, I was 8, got $10 at the card. Okay, my mom hold my money. Then we go to Walmart and I pick up something I want. Then later down the line, I ask, "Oh, mom, can you get this?" "Oh, no, you spent that with that $10 from your birthday money. Remember?" Well, you ain't telling me that. I wouldn't have did that if I knew you was going to use my money and stuff like that. But let's see what Lachey. You are supposed to support your child so they can support themselves. And as a child, when you get older and grown, you give back and help your parents to show your appreciation. That's a fact. And I think that it's so hard, because I know adults that feel like their parents are entitled to do certain things. I had to learn the hard way that my parents ain't entitled, to do certain things for me as an adult. It is, but it help you grow your skin, and it help you, be a little stronger, and it help you figure out how to maneuver through life. Unfortunately, I just feel like if your parents want you to do better, they should support you, obviously, but there's a time that we have to take responsibility for ourselves. And there's parents, thank God your parents made you a bank account there too, because mine didn't. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe some of that comes with privilege. It may not. It depends. But a lot of times parents, like, the deacon said, they didn't know no better. But it's like,
I didn't actually get access. Like, easy access to that account until I was 18 when I went to college. They gave it to me then.
And you had a similar experience too, like my white peers when I went to college. Like they were already authorized users on their parents' credit cards.
I was not that.
Never.
It was my money. Like,
okay.
90
it
didn't even
wasn't.
So their credit
I've
card was
never-
already up.
Oh, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They co-sign for them and they like, here,
Mhm.
now you go, I wait, but now that, I feel like young adults in a new generation, we are taking heed to certain things.
I don't know why I've always been tuned into that, but my parents never put me on a bill. They never
Girl,
they
lucky.
never they didn't build my credit at all. I started building my credit when I moved out for the first time, and I put Genie in my name, and I put the cable bill in my name. That's when I started paying attention to credit. Now, luckily, they taught me enough financial knowledge to not fuck it up, to
Right.
not open but I didn't learn any of this from my parents. I just learned it from apps and shit.
Yeah.
And,
Going out of your way to look for it.
But
don't open 5 credit cards at a time. But I did open a credit card where I worked, and
I feel like we smarter than the kids now, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because back when I was like 15, I was already moving like a 20-year-old.
Exactly.
And there's like a lot of kids that I just see now, they don't have the oomph and
maybe
to get
it's
up and
we had,
go.
Jobs and we got paid our own money
early.
At that time, even before, like I said, when I got money for birthdays, I would save that shit because I was like, I want a new Sims game, and my parents aren't about to buy it for me, so I'm gonna save this money. I'm gonna do some chores, and then I can buy it. But especially having a job where we got our own money, like my parents didn't. Especially when I had that job at 15, that was the end of me asking for clothes or to go to the movies or to whatever, because now you have money, now you can do that.
So my thing is this: if you and nephew said, sorry, I'm calling you nephew, but that's what he calls you. Emotional support and guidance is everything, because school isn't setting you up for life. It's just to pass the grade, honestly.
True.
And they have to send us to school. You know what I'm saying? I think the only thing that school really teaches us is how to survive in a social setting. And I feel bad for all these kids with Zoom class online, because
they took out the most important class. I feel like home and economics.
Teach you how to wash your clothes.
Yeah.
File taxes.
File taxes, and they need to add in credit and mortgage
Cook
and all
for
of that.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Even at School of the Arts, we had a little cooking class. We
Remember
made
Miss
mac
Kaiser?
and cheese. Yeah, we made mac and cheese one day.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty damn sure, especially
Thank
the
you,
boys,
Mr. Washington.
especially the boys had never turned on a stove.
Nah,
a day
but
in
no,
their
that's
life.
not true. Some people, been cooking for their younger siblings.
I think it's cultural.
It is
'cause I noticed
cultural.
with mothers will teach.
We've been
the
babysitting
woman
early.
how to cook, but they will not
That's
teach
what I'm
them how to
saying.
cook. They won't do it.
Exactly.
It depends what type of household you come out of. If you got all sisters, or if you got to be the man in the house. 'Cause I know a lot of men that know how to cook. Shout out to Janae. She said
Janae.
my kid have a account already and she don't know it. Exactly. But we the new generation now, so we could start preparing ourselves. But my one question is, do you how do you forgive your parent moving in the future? Say, you got your first apartment, you found out your mama got this bill in your name. And
I'm so glad you
bill
said
that's
that.
unpaid?
I watched this interview with Kiki Palmer. She was on the Breakfast Club, and she made a very good point, and I think everybody should take heed to it. Your parents aren't perfect. I feel like we put our parents on a pedestal where we expect them to be so perfect to do everything right. Because when they fuck up, it's like, damn, how the fuck you fucked up? I expect you to know everything.
Right.
I expect you to do everything.
True. That's very true. They could be learning just as much as we're learning.
You just have to
okay, but now in the 21st century, you learned that lesson 2 years ago. Bitch, my shit is fucked up, and I can't get the lights on in my name. Did you learn? Okay. Or are you gonna help me? You should have did it for free.
You did it for free. Your lights off.
Okay. Trev said, my grandma made my bank account when I was 10. She taught me about mortgage and taxes, etc., ins and outs of life. And it depends on where you come from and who you have in your life to help support you. We got a lot of comments. Shout out to y'all. I don't know what kids y'all are seeing. Every generation swears their generation is smarter than the new generation. I disagree. Kids do a lot of dumb stuff. They're kids. We did dumb stuff too. Let me clarify. Thank you, ma'am. What I meant was smarter, as in going to get the money and things like that. These kids gonna be this new generation of kids. They're gonna be way more
I think we're questioning. I think we're
technologically.
questioning more. I think
Yeah,
we're not just accepting
yeah,
like that's
way
just the way it
more
is.
I
technologically
honestly,
advanced. But as in getting up and getting to the bag, it's a couple of them. But I stand on what I say. I feel like our generation is a little bit smarter, and I work with youth. I run into a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me upset that a lot of them don't have to get up and go. But that's where I come in. That's my
Mhm.
job. To teach them.
I honestly think that the new generation is fucked. Like,
I think
And,
so.
like
and shout out to Kayla. She was supporting us from the beginning.
slightly fucked, just because they really are brand bitches. They are brand
She
riders.
got the kids brand. All right, you
If
love
my
brand bitches.
child fixes their mouth to ask for a Gucci anything before they're, I don't.
That's
I
the
don't even
parents'
have-
fault, though. That's the
Exactly.
parents'
You're
fault
right.
because a lot of these kids are slow, but your
Mhm.
kids look really nice on the
Mhm.
first day of school with your Cartier and
that's the
everything
people.
else.
That's the people in our
No,
generation
you're
that are
absolutely
being
right.
dumb.
I
Yeah.
don't know, and this is with grown people too. I had this with
Uh-huh.
coworkers,
Mhm.
grown like 50, 40.
Mhm.
It's so much love for materialism,
It's-
and
Mhm.
I'm like, well, you should be worried about Jordans because
That's
I'm 20
why,
and I'm in the same position as you,
exactly.
mommy. You worry about the wrong shit.
Exactly.
And that's why they be mad at Santa when they don't get certain things because they're materialistic already and think that as an 8-year-old, you know,
I should have an
I'm
iPhone.
entitled to this, but you know what I'm saying? My parents always taught me, and I hope y'all parents teach y'all, you know what I'm saying? You work for what you want. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm old enough, I make the money and I buy nice things because I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's entitled. The kids are fucked, but it's the parents' fault too. I see a
Yeah.
lot of
And
materialistic
they come from the
stuff.
parents. It doesn't
Oh,
even just be
yeah.
them.
it's definitely. I think it's definitely part the parents' fault. I know I'm not gonna be so much like that. Like, a little polo from
Yeah,
Marshalls.
but you want
sure.
your kids to have also things that you didn't have as well. But you setting them up for failure
Well,
when you
like
go
I
to school.
said, polo from Marshalls
Yeah,
is different than a fucking Gucci belt just because you want a Gucci belt.
and that's a fact.
I'm not buying you a $2,000 belt
Yeah,
for you to wear at school so
But
you can
you-
floss in front of your friends like you bought it.
Yeah.
You didn't buy it.
Yaya said no guide to being a parent, but at the same time, I will definitely confront my parent and see what we can do now to help the situation. Sue them. Yeah, RG&E be like, you can take them to small claims or whatever, but you got to pay this bill.
That's crazy. Like, if you're not confident in yourself to pay the bill on time, and like, don't put it in your child's name unless it's gonna help them. If you're gonna fuck it up and not pay, don't do that to your kid. I wouldn't want to do that to my kid.
That's true. Kayla said a lot in our generation doesn't have to get up and go. That's true. What the times? LOL. What? Okay. The times literally repeats itself. Y'all parents and grandparents said the same thing. We turned out just fine. All of us ain't turned out just fine.
Yeah,
I love a
exactly.
little touch.
And
All
that's
of us.
and those are the people that have kids that
All
are
right,
now
Dr.
asking.
Hakeem, Taban, Umar.
My spirit animal.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, boo.
The headmaster.
Boo.
Not the polo for Marshalls. Listen,
Fuck
y'all
Lamar
can look.
Johnson.
It's a difference with look. You can look nice with
Yeah,
less.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Thrifting is okay.
It
You can find
is-
a polo teddy at a thrift store that could be worth $50.
Y'all can go to City Trends. They got Jordan and stuff there
Mhm.
too. But regardless, you know what I'm saying?
But
I'm talking designer.
You could wear anything and look nice.
If-
I'd rather a bitch look nice. I ain't even talking about kids, but I'd rather somebody, you know what I'm saying, look nice or whatever the case may be. Because a half of the name brand stuff that y'all be having on be ugly as fuck, and y'all just spend the money because it got a
Ooh,
name
not
attached
only
What are
to
that,
it.
those
you got all
shoes?
them-
The Balenciaga.
Oh my god,
Woo,
them
shits
shits is ugly.
That look like socks?
They look like dinosaur
They just
feet.
look a mess. But I'm gonna buy them because it got a name attached to it. Them ugly.
No,
You just
the
spent
big
$3,000 on
ones.
ugly
Oh,
ass.
but you got
shoes.
all them name brands, but you don't got no furniture.
Or
worry about
you're
the wrong
still
shit.
walking
Mhm.
and
You
you're in
worry
the
about the wrong
snow
Mhm.
waiting.
Right.
You know what I'm
Waiting
saying?
for the bus with your Chanel purse. Okay,
You know what
It
I'm
bitch.
saying?
doesn't
Or
make
your
sense.
Jordans that we raffled off. To each his own. I'm not gonna tell nobody how to spend their money.
Mhm.
You make your money, you can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's very important to instill in the kids like materialistic things is not that important because you
Mhm.
buy your kids all of that. Then when they go to school and see little Tommy in the polo assassin from Marshalls,
Oh.
he fucked up. Now he getting on his ass. You know,
I-
my brother is amazingly advanced in technology stuff, but my mindset wise, he is a go getter. I feel it's all about the mindset. If you can train yourself to get up, in the bag, then you won't. That's true. I guess
Come on, nephew.
I will agree to disagree with Kayla that it's a lot of things that each generation will prosper in, and there's a lot of things that
Let's give or take. Some of
different
them are just
generations
brain dead.
won't. Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be people of different, how of people that do differently regardless. So
Terrell said, not trying to change the subject, but the new generation is smarter than the older generation in many ways. Example, mental health. Child, our parents whooped us. They made us sit alone and cry. And we better start crying before we give them another reason to cry. These kids still getting whooped. Matter of fact, these kids calling 911.
Wait. Tevin, my boyfriend shared a meme that said, like, Mom, I'm depressed. And it said, Mom, well, you better depress them dishes.
Okay, I used to be like, Mom, can you take me to the park? She said, you better go in the backyard and act like it's the park. That's fucked up. How am I supposed to act like a tree is a fucking park? I want to get on the slide in the swing, but it's a mix. It's a mix because these kids is still getting work. These kids is more entitled. They think they.
That's what I'm saying. I would never fix my mouth to ask my mom for a Gucci what? For $1,000? What? Like, I have my one boss. Her kids are like in high school.
Great point.
Man, she did. Come on.
She said parents need to let their kids be kids. A 13-year-old shouldn't have the latest iPhone,
exactly,
or Facebook or IG. And I feel like we're the last generation, like our age-ish, where the last times we didn't really come up with cell phones. Or we didn't come up with
at 13 we had MySpace. That was it. But we had MySpace.
But we went outside.
And that was
true.
That was on a desktop. That was not in our pocket. Like, I can do it anytime, look at it anytime.
Well, when BlackBerry started coming out,
we went to rec centers. Like, we went to the park, we went to the basketball.
Shout out to the fucking rec center. I learned how to play pool. These kids don't even know how to play pool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we didn't even literally see an iPhone until we were in 9th, 10th grade.
Yeah.
Like, that's when
first it was like the
out.
MP3 players came out, and then boom, first generation.
I think we're technologically advanced. Like, we understand it, we get it, obviously, but I think there's a problem with like 8-year-olds wanting an iPhone. The fuck? You can have a Motorola fucking pay per minute maybe when you're 10.
How about Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Seuss. Them kids don't even know. They don't even know who Dr. Seuss is.
What's a
green
cartoon?
Eggs and ham?
What is a Saturday cartoon?
Okay, I definitely got some knockoff brands. $35 sound way better than $3,500. Okay. Argue with your bank account and not mine. Period. Okay. Okay, because I show be at Plato's Closet. Okay. And
you my Tim's right here.
$50.
Fan cam.
Period. Why do everybody want to call me when I'm on this? That's my mom. I hope you ain't watched this show. I ain't telling our business.
Y'all see the shoe cam.
$50 at Plato's Closet.
It's just about looking nice. Let your kids look nice. You know what I'm saying? Let them. I think you have to stop the sense of entitlement at an early age. But
y'all too old to be trying to impress somebody.
It's definitely. Look at what Ashlyn said.
We also have to take into account the YouTube world these kids see now. My 10-year-old thinks having a G-Wagon is a normal thing because of YouTube.
G-Wagon. My Kia outside and enough for you then, boo-boo.
Like, wait a minute.
A G-Wagon.
We are in a Honda Civic and you don't like it.
Okay. Ask for a bike first.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. Like, it's definitely because of TikTok and all these social media platforms that they get exposed to it. So they're like, oh, everyone has Gucci belt. Everyone's got Versace shoes. Everyone's got a Chanel purse. Like,
well, you ain't, like a parent said, if they jumped off the bridge, was you gonna do that too?
Well, I ain't everybody's parent.
Okay. So. Oh, that was my favorite one, and I'm not one of your little friends. I'm not like everybody else.
Yeah.
So we going to Sears, and you finna get these pants from over her.
The Honda Pilot, the H-Wagon, proudly.
Okay,
but I didn't. It's like they're exposed to it more.
Period,
so now
Brittany.
they like want that more, but you have to definitely teach your kids like that is not normal.
The H-Wagon, period. Y'all kids better be lucky to get a ride and sit down in the back somewhere and be quiet.
You lucky we ain't on the bus.
Okay. Shit. And there was times we was on the bus too. Like my mom forced me like at like 11 or 12.
Humble yourself.
To how to teach how to get on the bus.
People like they can't get to an interview because they don't got a ride.
Man, listen, people act like they won't work at certain jobs because they don't want the money. If I was to get fired right now, bitch, I would be at McDonald's. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, they make like $50
and they get paid every week.
I'm not gonna sit there
I
looking
miss
dumb while I can have
McDonald's.
some money in between doing something.
Yeah.
Shout out to my McDonald's family. I miss y'all. I miss whipping it up in the grill.
I know I used to come by.
I could never,
Hey,
not because of the job, because of the people.
it's just
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
I
oh
like
my
my
God.
McDonald's
Everybody is literally, y'all, I'm on air right now.
Stop calling me.
But is that all we got for
He
throwing
said if my
down 3
bestie jump
cents?
off, I'm jumping off.
Period. Best friend.
Basically, stop. Don't just parent smartly. Like with hopefully if your parents did something you don't like, don't pass that on and make it a cycle. Change it.
Parents, if y'all
Be better.
listening, please fix our bills and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? If y'all love us and support us, I know that some things y'all tried your best. There's a lot of single parents, there's a lot of parents that's
Yes.
together.
Yep.
Socioeconomic is a real thing.
Yes.
And institutional racism is a thing, you know what I'm saying? Culturally, we don't know certain things, but it's up to us, to teach each other or whatever the case may be.
And you know what it boils down to? Talk to your goddamn kids.
Yeah, teach them early.
Explain to them, even now, even as 25-year-olds, go to your kid and be like, you know what? I shouldn't have done that, or that was wrong, and that was the wrong way to do it. But I was struggling.
But do we take it? Because I call my mom and start getting a lecture, and I'm like, all right, mom, I know. But sometimes we feel like when we already get to a certain age or whatever the case may be, we know it all. We could still listen or whatever. But I definitely think that as adults, we should be lifting the loads off of our parents. And not them lifting the loads off of us.
I mean, they should be getting towards like retirement age.
Exactly.
Like, why do you want your retirement age parents to still be working so that they
people
can
still
you?
Take?
You should be supporting them.
I'm gonna say this,
and I can't even do that for my parents.
And
so
I might ruffle a few, feathers or whatever. But there's a lot of people that have these children and they sit up and they can't take care of them, and now the burden is on their parents having to raise them. As and they're reaching, now they're taking care of their grandchildren full time. You know what I'm saying? When they supposed to get ready for retirement age, that's a whole nother burden that you're putting on me, and I don't have these kids. Yep. At all. But you see people that feel like they should.
Yeah, but
they
those
should
are
do
their
it.
grandkids. I hope when my children have children, I'm like I said, if it's every day, no. But if it's once in a while, I want to babysit my
babysitting and you running the streets popping your ass and me having to watch your kids because you're not responsible are two different things. Right. Two different things. But if I don't want to babysit, I don't have to.
And I know this is gonna sound crazy. Once again, if you do something repeatedly and you respect a different result,
that's insanity.
That's insanity. That's like the definition.
You're not gonna get a new solution.
Switch it up.
Or whatever. Well, you know what? I think that wraps up our three-way 3 cents. We threw our 3 cents in there today. Thanks for all of y'all comments and questions and concerns. This was definitely a good conversation. I think it needed to be had because some people, it's different. I like hearing everybody's point of view. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all, like, share it. Go to our YouTube. We ain't working every Saturday for no reason, y'all.
Come on.
We need them likes y'all. And them follows and them shares.
And like the video. Like it. You know how they do this? Right now.
We're going to go ahead and comment on our YouTube link so that way y'all can like, comment, subscribe. And click that notification bell.
You know what I'm saying? Share this with your mama if she fucked up your bill.
Come on now. Send her that message. Hey,
mama, you should watch this. I'm not throwing no shade or nothing, but you might could learn something. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's it, y'all. That's a wrap for this week.
And make sure y'all stay tuned for
next week after the new year. We coming into 2021 with some shit for y'all. Hey, wine punny. Hey. All right, y'all.
I'm about to twerk. Off screen.
That's every day. All right, y'all. We out. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. It's the first day. Moja. All that good stuff. Happy Hanukkah.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
All right. We out till next week.
Bye.